Hello everyone, welcome to Theo Garratt's Primal Pursuit. This is going to be the debut, episode 1 of basically just filming me and diving around, seeing what's in the water. Today I went up for a dive at Wainuiomata, and it was pretty murky from all the river floods coming in, but I was pretty eager to get out here. I just got a GoPro, so I'm able to film some of the stuff. I've mounted it to my mask. Yeah, I'm mainly filming these videos for family and friends, and I think it's just going to be good to have the footage, to have the memories of me diving. So the reason why I'm starting this is mostly because of that. Honestly, I don't care about views, likes, or anything. This footage is just footage. And yeah, this video is sponsored by no one, so let's get into it. Whoa, recording dad, recording, way!
Alright, well, I'm in bed doing voiceovers for this video. Here we have me putting on my gear, basically. Getting about to get into the water. Dad was helping out, attaching the spear gun. Yeah. Putting the flippers on, moving backwards. Probably saying way too many details. You guys already know what putting on flippers means. Me and Dad were already contemplating about the visibility before I was going in the water, but I soon found out pretty quickly that it wasn't going to be one of the best dives. As we can see right here, the visibility was just shocking. I could barely see a meter in front of me, but hey, you know, full send. Took my first dive down, saw some rocks at the bottom. Saw a big rock pop out actually, which was quite cool. But yeah, viz, not good. Kept diving down to try and find some stuff. Not too good either. On this part of the dive, I'd found a kind of a rock section, which was going to be what I was probably going to be mainly investigating throughout the whole of the day to get some Pāua. And I basically kept checking out, checked under the cracks to see if there was some crays under the rocks. Viz was probably the best in this area. I was signaling to Dad that it was terrible and there was nothing, and then I came down on these weeds, and just in the corner of my eye, boom, I saw about 5-ish Pāua, and then I surfaced back up, dropped my spear gun just so I could know where I was going to be getting them. Went and got my Pāua knife out of my float, which was about 5-10 meters away. Went back to the spear gun, had a look around, saw the Pāua, and boom, that was pretty good size. Got my first one, decided to surface to check how legal it was, and it was actually a beauty. It was way above legal, which was awesome. Measured from the bottom of the shower to the top of the shower, signaled to Dad that I'd got one, and to be honest, this was a high because I honestly thought I was going to get nothing, and I was like, alright, I want to make the mission today to get this 5 Pāua, but I found my spear gun in a different spot when I went and found it again. Then found the spot again and I dropped it, so I was ready to go again and try and attack the next few Pāua. Got back to the same area and boom, second Pāua. Beautiful stuff, loved it. A little bit tough to get off, but got there eventually. Then did a little cheeky measure at the top. Beautiful, lovely, good size. Every time I went back up, I kind of lost my spot. It was honestly, the visibility has come out a little bit better than what I was actually seeing, and everything kind of looked similar, which was annoying, but I found it eventually, and boom, there it was, the third Pāua I got, and there were only 2 left, which was probably going to be me as soon as I got them. One of the stupid decisions I made before I went out was I didn't have my catch bag or my little Pāua attachment onto my wetsuit, so I had to kind of just keep swimming over to put them into my float. And then kind of checked out this different group of weeds, and it kind of just turned into a mess. There was a bit of a current, as you can probably tell. It looks like I'm getting bashed around there. Yeah, a little bit messy. and so I decided to just go back to the spot where the Pāua was, so I could kind of just get out of here. Honestly, these Pāua were just driving me nuts. It was like finding a needle in a haystack. I was just like, I felt like I was repeating the same little rock over and over and over again, and I just couldn't find where they were. So after a few more dives, I eventually found them on the same surface. There they are, and boom, Pāua number 4, only one to go. Did the cheeky little measure, it was legal. Stoked with that one. Signaled to Dad. Went back down, saw that 5th one. Couldn't really see the grab, but I got it eventually. Did the cheeky measure, and boom, big beauty. 5 Pāua, so that's my limit for the day, which was awesome. Put it in the catch bag, and I was pretty much done because everywhere else was just murky as heck. Pulled the spear gun in that I unfortunately didn't get to use at all, which was a bit of a shame. There was no chance of me seeing any fish. Basically just washed myself back up on shore, saw Dad, told him about the news.
I couldn't see anything, I had to dive down. I didn't know, as soon as I went back up, I had no idea where my spot was. 5 Pāua. I literally saw 4 or 5 of them, and then every time I went back up, I lost them again.
Anyway, that's enough of me coping, and that was basically the dive. Chuckers up, and boom, 5 Pāua for the day. Gave them a cheeky clean out, was sticking onto my Pāua knife, and honestly, it was an overall great day. I mean, look at that, that's just God's creation right there, beautiful. And the Wainui, great photos. There's one of me getting in a bit awkwardly. There's the catch. Alright folk, well that's the end of the first episode of my primal pursuit. Honestly, not really what we were hoping for, but I was pretty eager to get out there. Wainuiomata 5 Pāua, pretty murky, but definitely a lot of craze. I could sense there was craze. A lot of fish. Hopefully I can get the spear gun out for a use to get some butters, Murky. Yeah, if you like diving, if you like me just mucking around, just hunting and gathering, then subscribe, whatever you want to do, and just watch me get some Pāua craze and diving in general. Sweet.